Quickly before we get into the video, I'd like to acknowledge something. Today marks an extremely momentous occasion. Exactly 40 years ago on this day, May 25th, the original film that started it all, Episode 4 A New Hope, then simply known as Star Wars, was released. No one expected it to be a success back then, but the impact that this film and the franchise that blossomed from it have had on the world is immeasurable. The way that Star Wars has affected people from all over the place, myself included, deserves so much praise and recognition, and this day, its 40th anniversary, is the perfect time to acknowledge it. My last video detailed the incredible experience I had at Star Wars Celebration Orlando 2017, and I think it perfectly sums up what I think of how important this film has really been to our society. If you haven't already, I'd suggest checking it out. Now on to your normally scheduled programming.
Move along.
Hey Star Warriors, StarGeek here, and welcome to the 28th episode of Star Wars Factor Beam, the series where I tell you 5 Star Wars facts that you can't pull away from. Each episode is centered around a certain character, film, or category. In today's episode, the character under lockdown in the cell block level of the Fact Star is reprogrammed Imperial Droid K-2SO. Let's hop right into it with fact number 1. K-2SO's design changed drastically from concept to screen.
Congratulations, you are being rescued. Please do not resist.
When Star Wars legend John Knoll first came up with the concept for Rogue One, he had a good idea of what he wanted as a droid sidekick, the anti-C-3PO. When he commissioned the Lucasfilm design team to make some concepts of characters for the film, they naturally chose to first make K-2SO very similar to a protocol droid. While all of K-2's later depictions kept the same tall and dark stature, this first one is definitely the most 3PO-esque, showing the connection that these new films are trying to keep with the old.
I've got a bad feeling about it.
Quiet.
What?
Fact number 2. For many scenes in the movie, actor Alan Tudyk had to wear a ridiculous K-2SO cutout above his head.
If there's ever a time where I have to put that thing on, oh god, no. Here it comes. It's so awful.
To make such a unique character appear as lifelike as he does on screen, Alan Tudyk, who also did the voice of the cocky droid, often donned large stilts. This allowed his knees, shoulders, and head to all be aligned with the characters, which was very important on set so that the other actors in the scene knew where to direct their eye lines. But when the locations proved too impractical or dangerous to wear 12-inch stilts, Tudyk was forced to put on a small cardboard cutout of K-2SO's head, attached by poles to a backpack he wore. His co-stars definitely didn't take him very seriously. Diego Luna was quite vocal about it.
Because there's no way to respect this, you know? It's like if we were just witnessing the first science fiction film done
In elementary school.
Exactly.
Fact number 3. K-2SO was built by the same company that manufactured Viper droids. Better known as probe droids, the dark floating Imperial spies that were first introduced in The Empire Strikes Back were manufactured by the company Arakid Industries. In canon, this company produced a wide variety of weaponry and droids, ranging from classic RA-7 protocol droids to K-2SO's own KX series security droids. Who knew that all of these robots were actually distant cousins?
He's taking us to— Quiet! And there's a fresh one if you mouth off again.
Fact number 4. K-2SO is, as a matter of fact, Alan Tudyk's second role as a motion capture robot.
I just want to say I'm so glad you're here to capture this hairdo that I'm putting on today. It's pretty nice.
For the 2004 film I, Robot, Tudyk donned a motion capture suit in order to perform as the CGI star of the movie, Sonny. This role allowed him to get accustomed to the craft of mocap and how to effectively show expression with it 12 years before he used it again in Rogue One. Of course, the amount of movement and flexibility he was allowed in I, Robot was a bit more advanced than his experience walking around on stilts for Star Wars.
You get the Jolly Green Giant, Kermit the Frog.
Hey, it's not easy being green, is it?
One of my favorites is a speed skater for the Irish Olympic team. Also, that applies for luge and bobsledding.
And finally, fact number 5. Co-star Anthony Daniels somewhat resented Alan's role in Rogue One.
He said, wait a minute, are you wearing an actual robot costume, or are they doing it in motion capture?
I said, motion capture. He said, you
Anthony Daniels, the actor behind the Star Wars icon C-3PO, endured a lot on the sets of this galaxy far, far away. Placed inside of extremely uncomfortable plastic casings that trapped him with low visibility, restricted movements, and jutted into his sides, all while he cooked alive under the sun of the Tunisian desert, Daniels had to put a lot of effort and pain into making 3PO as expressive as he was in the final product. So when the actor saw the relatively easy working conditions Tudyk had on set, he had some choice words for the Star Wars newcomer.
And I saw him at the party afterwards, and he came up and said, you.
This was all in good fun, of course, with Alan Tudyk claiming that this comment from his droid predecessor was one of the highest compliments he had ever received.
Hello? Anthony? Yeah, I'm still in my show.
Yeah, Warwick.
Yes?
It's very disturbing. I hear you've got a fake droid on stage. Yeah. Oh, is this the fake droid they're talking about?
Fake?
Yeah. Okay.
Alan, I'm so sorry about this.
Have this man arrested. Okay.
That wraps up episode 28 of Star Wars Factor Beam. Subscribe to StarGeek for weekly Star Wars content. Did you learn anything about the motion capture protocol droid nemesis, Arakid Tudyk? If so, put it in the comments below. If you like the channel, please tell a friend. If you enjoyed the video, please shoot that like button at light speed.
Cassian said I had to.
You can find me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram by clicking the links in the description. And you can check out my last video, my experience at Star Wars Celebration Orlando, if you just click on the thumbnail. You can also click on the right to watch Factor Beam episode 27 on Admiral Akbar. Don't forget to comment on your character suggestions below the video. Until we meet again in a galaxy far, far away, this has been StarGeek. I actually met Alan Tudyk at Celebration last month, an experience that I discuss in my video on the convention. He is such a friendly person, and if you ever get the chance to meet him, I highly recommend it. May the Force be with you, everyone. Today is definitely a day to celebrate.
Anybody want a mint?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
At the end of the show here.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, you gonna eat that cookie?
No, do you want it?
Yep.
Oh.
No. I won't have the cookie, thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Would you like some cookie?
No. Some of us have to keep slim to get back in our suit.